Next, and I really failed on this one. I really failed. I knew the event was coming. I did not check my generator. My generator would not start. I could not get it started. I still cannot get it started. Generator wouldn't start, and you'll be surprised to find out what the problem was. Come on in the garage, I'll show you. Hey everybody, I'm Bill, Hill Country Prepper. I want you guys to be informed so that you can be prepared. You guys might remember on an earlier video I did during the polar vortex, talking about some things that went well in my preparedness for that event and some of the things that didn't. One of the things that didn't go very well was I couldn't get my generator started. What this is a Coleman Powermate 6250. It's probably at least 15 years old. But that doesn't matter, that's not why it wouldn't start. The reason it wouldn't start is because of the fuel shutoff valve. Now I've already obviously taken this off. Goes right up in there. Fuel tank. Fuel line comes down into the carburetor. Had to order a new shutoff valve because what had happened, this had corroded. This rubber grommet had corroded and got into the line and was essentially plugging it up. So I've ordered from Amazon. So that's what the grommet's supposed to look like. You can see how it's all wore down, how it's all torn apart, gone actually. There's the old one. There's the new one. See the filter screens, pretty gnarly as well. So that's the new and that's the old. So I'll show you how to put this back on. This is going to have a hose here in the back. You just want to pull that out from there. And you can see here, this is where the fuel line comes down to. It's going to come up. I'm going to mount this brand new fuel shutoff valve right there. This is a fuel line that I replaced a couple of years ago. Actually, I think I did a video on that a few years back. What I'd done, I'd let this, the original fuel line had deteriorated, and one time I came out to check on the generator and give it a start, and it was leaking like a sieve, so I went and picked this up. This is just a 3/8 inch fuel line. I'm going to put a link down below where you can get fuel line like this, as well as these clamps, spring clamps. And also I'll put a link down below for the replacement shutoff valve as well. Didn't cost that much. I'll have to check, see what the price was. I think it was 12 bucks. I want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about, where this shutoff valve goes. Right up in that hole in the bottom of the fuel tank. And the fuel line is going to come around and go right in right there into the carburetor. So I've taken off the the grommet off the shutoff valve. Lay down here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up inside the hole in the tank first. There's the replaced shutoff valve. Fuel line connected down back to the carburetor. Let's put it together, put some fuel in it, and see if it'll start. Here it is, all put back together, looking good. I want to talk about a few of the things I did to troubleshoot this. Now, like I said, it would pull, but it would not start. It felt like it had pretty good compression, so I wasn't worried about anything like internal problems. I checked the oil. It does have a low oil sensor, so if the engine doesn't start, first thing you want to do is check the oil. So I did that. It was not out of oil. Had good compression, could feel it when I pulled it. So the next thing I needed to check on was to see if it had a spark. Now there's a couple ways I could have done this. I could have got my voltmeter out and checked to see if there was some connectivity in the plug, but what I decided to do anyway, real quick and simple, was get some starter fluid and just put a little shot up inside the carburetor. Took the air filter cover off, shot some starter fluid up inside there and gave it a pull, and sure enough it started. So that tells me that I had a spark. So that meant that it had oil in it and it had a spark, that there was a problem with the fuel line. So that's when I started unplugging the fuel line and discovered that shutoff valve had gone bad. The grommet had gone bad on it. If you find this video helpful, why don't you press down on that thumbs up button and give me a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why not? Subscribe now. And if you press on that little bell, you get notified every time I upload new content. So do it now. So we're going to put some fuel in it now and see if we can get her to start. So while I was letting it run and looking for any fuel leaks that might have been on that line or out of that shutoff valve, I noticed that it's got a little bit of an oil leak. So I guess it's just like Rosanna Dana used to say, it's always something. Guys, appreciate you watching my video today. You know, I really do want you guys to be informed so that you can be prepared. And what I'm trying to prove here in this video, you can do a lot of your own repairs around the house. Now this might seem like it's a little bit more advanced, but it's really not. I mean, order the parts off of Amazon. You could probably pick them up down at Lowe's or Home Depot or Tractor Supply. Any hardware store would probably have that shutoff valve. I know they're going to have the fuel lines. I got the fuel line at an auto parts store a few years ago and I had to replace that. point is, you can do your own repairs. It's really not that hard. Information's out there for you to learn how to do it. So I want you to leave me a comment down below and tell me about a advanced repair that you did on your own and it turned out successful. Thanks guys, you have a blessed day. Hill Country Prepper.